Okay, since some people, just in case, I'll make two versions. I'm going to make what if and Yamcha and I may do someone else. Right now, I'm just going to do Yamcha. If y'all want it, I can add another human character to this. So this one is just for Yamcha right now. So this is what if Yamcha had the Omnitrix. So everything in canon, to my other what if, it's just without Goku. So they decided for this version, as myth, we're also adding aliens in this. Just not. I may add Vilgax, I'll say that. So, Azimuth has heard of these Saiyans. I'll say, yeah, heard of some Saiyan survivors. So he sent the Omnitrix to help a random human, and that human was Yamcha. So everything in canon is up until they get attacked by Yamcha. Goku would lose because of, I think the Power Ball would help, because right now Yamcha is just getting used to the Omnitrix. So he would go for, let's say, 4 arms, but it would turn him into gray matter, I'll say that. So, yeah, they would not even fight, they would just leave. Now, I don't think Yamcha was in most of the story. So, the important thing in this one is we're going to skip it since Yamcha ain't in a whole lot of Dragon Ball. I'm gonna say we go to the I think it was the 21st he was in, or the 22nd, I don't know. So I'll just say, okay, let's just say it's the 21st for now. They would enter. Now, I think, wait a minute, I'm gonna have to look up what Goku's power level. Well, I think it would be a little higher because he would find out about this watch that Yamcha has. Yeah, that Yamcha has, and he would train a little. His power level would be a little higher, but yeah. I'll be right back. I'm gonna look it up. Before I look it up, I'm gonna say that was my dog, sorry. So, Chaozu's was 80, and Goku was 180. I think it was the 22nd, so I just looked it up, and I don't see Yamcha in it, the website I looked on. So, I'm gonna say this before then, like I said in my other one, I have not watched Dragon Ball, so I skipped some of it, because I don't know it. So, Yamcha, Goku's 180, so, Yamcha would be 160, but it's even with the Omnitrix. The only problem Yamcha would have is if Goku can make it last longer and the Omnitrix, power off. So, 21st, 22nd, whatever. Wait a minute. Like I said, Goku would get strong. It would train a lot more. Same with Yamcha. So, Goku's power level in the 22nd said, I don't think it is, I don't know, is 180. So, let's say he's 200. And Yamcha, 185, let's say that. So, I don't know a power level for the Omnitrix, so I may not do may not do power levels. So, 22nd. So, I think Goku would, basically he knows about the Omnitrix, power limit, he learns about the timer, basically. So I think he would be getting his butt kicked, but he would be with his tail, he would basically be not trying, he wouldn't get kicked out using his tail to fly, basically, like a helicopter. Eventually, Yamcha would be winning by now, until the Omnitrix started to power off, and he would turn back to normal. Now he can still use, I think he would try to use Spirit Ball and would fail, and would get kicked out like cannon. So, I don't think Yamcha died. I'll say Yamcha, cause like I know I'm making him look underrated, but I haven't watched Dragon Ball, so okay. I'll say about the King Piccolo saga. No, I'm gonna say the Piccolo Jr. saga. When Goku goes in that timeline, Goku and Yamcha would go, I think. Or just go. No, I think just Goku. Because, yeah. So, Piccolo Jr., right? Okay. Yamcha's Omnitrix would start glowing yellow. And it's basically like the scan thing, but the kid, Benton Omniverse Kid one. So he would scan Piccolo, basically. It would be like DNA, a sample acquired. I don't think it would say it, like the one with Omniverse. So it's basically like the DNA scanner, but it's not. It's like a radar. So he would leave, I think it's a tournament stage, and would go and experiment with the new transformation. I don't know what he would call it. So I think he would call y'all could pick up the name for the Piccolo transformation for Yamcha. Right now, I'm going to call it. Yeah, because they still think he's a demon. So, I don't know. I'll just call him Demon Slug. I don't know. Just call him some Demon Slug, I guess. He would learn. I'm saying the transformation. He can learn some abilities, not like a whole bunch. No, he don't learn the abilities. He like the attacks like Social Beam can. He doesn't have the abilities like Piccolo. So if his arm is cut in the transformation, he would be able to regrow it. So he would experiment with this, and they would train really hard. I'll say that. So the parts where Yamcha would come in basically would be after Goku dies from Raditz. Raditz. I can't say his name. I can't say it right. Sorry. So, we would skip to the fight with the Saints. When the Sea Fighters were fighting the Cybermans. Yeah. Yamcha would not die. He would lose, I'll let y'all vote if it should turn into like, Benton Alien Force launch, or just have the normal Omnitrix. If it's Alien Force, I'll let him have the old aliens with the new ones. So, yeah. Now, Yamcha in the alien forms can actually lose ki, basically. He can lose, like, the Spirit Ball. So I think he would lose against Nappa. No, the Cyberman. He wouldn't get he wouldn't get cocky, basically. Because he would... I'll say during this, he was learning not to get a whole bunch, too cocky. So during the fight with the Cybermen that killed him in canon, he would use Wildvine. So when when the Cybermen went and jumped on him, it's basically just murdered itself. Now he would be real. It's basically like, I think, yeah, grass. He would be basically pieces of his body part, like heat blast without his head, basically. But it would eventually reach in, and they would decide after they fight Yamcha. Now Yamcha would have to basically, when he powers down, would retreat with his time, the time limit. So he wouldn't retreat, but he would, get back. The others would, kill him and can him. Now, I would say Yamcha is still hurt. Yeah, he got he's tired. I'll say he would take a break. He basically would let the guy take his turn. So Chaozu would still blow himself up. I think Dan would still die. And okay. And I think when Piccolo would still die. Yeah. Because the fight does take, I'll say right now, Yamcha could barely move. So, when Gohan, after, Piccolo died, he saw, Yamcha would see that Piccolo actually sacrificed himself. So he would use the Omnitrix and decide to use, because right now, he saw Piccolo. He's at a disadvantage with Piccolo. So he would decide to use, what you can use it against Nap. Forearms? Yeah, forearms. Now, this is a technique he has learned with certain transformations. He goes to forearms. Now, Nappa, I don't think he would be hurt. Yeah. I'll say they're even. Now, he would turn to forearms, and he would use Spirit Ball. But this is a, double, triple Spirit Ball. Using all 4 of his fingers, he creates 4 Spirit Balls. I'll call it times 4 Spirit Ball. And he would basically, it'd be where he's like huffing, and Goku would eventually get there, and etc. Now, with a fight against, Goku would want to fight him alone, because the others are tired too. So Goku would go and fight Vegeta like in canon up until Vegeta grows into a grade 8. Now, when Gohan and Krillin goes, Yamcha would go too. He would transform in, because they wanted to cut the kid tail. He would basically transform into, let me think, he would be going for, wait a minute, let me think. He would be going for, let me think, guys, wait a minute. Okay, he would be going for Heat Blast. No, I think he would be going for Diamond Head. It would actually turn him into Heat Blast. No, Stink Fly, let's say that. So he would basically be flying and, stink flying in his face, I'll say that. It's basically, he does the other eye. You know how Goku shoved his, I think it was a spirit ball in his eye, or a ki blast in his eye. He basically was stink flying and goop his eye. He would be blind, and Krillin would Destructo Disc him. and everything is like a canon because like Yamcha's really tired. He would be on the ground basically. So everything's up in the canon, but Yamcha would go with Krillin and Gohan. And this is where we're going to end this part. When we do part 2, we would be going to the Frieza arc. Leave a like and subscribe, and I hope you guys like this one, because I'm going to do both versions. Because I would like to see a version where Goku with the Omnitrix, but I would also make it fair. Now, like I said after this, y'all could pick in this what if, this version, what if Goku got it? Y'all can pick one out of the Sea Fighters to get basically a second Omnitrix. I'll say that. It could be we could either wait for them to come back to life, so you could be like Tien, Chaozu, or you could do Krillin. I'm not going to do Gohan or Goku on this one. So yeah, leave a like and see you guys.